Hello. I have been traveling a lot this summer and I have not been home a whole lot. And I just got back from the International Pinot Noir Wine Festival, wine celebration. And I'm home for another week or so before we go on vacation again. And I wanted to just make a video while I was home. And this month I am gonna work with some Nordic decks because we're using a Nordic theme in Don Michelle's monthly medicine Facebook group. And so I was pulling out all my Nordic decks and I thought, oh, I'll just make a video and show a little mini collection. And I didn't get them all out, but I got a lot of them out, enough to have some fun with them. And I am going to just start with the tarot, and the first one is the Tarot of Northern Shadows. So this is a deck that I see around every once in a while. It's an A.G. Mueller deck. I can't remember what year. I've had this one for a while. It is from 1997. We've probably had it that long. And this is the English edition. I think there's also a Norwegian edition of it. It's a very pretty deck. It does not come with a big guidebook. So it helps if you know some of the Norse stories. Oh, maybe it came in German. I don't remember. I think maybe it was German. But anyway, this is the English version of the deck. And I just thought, oh, I'll show this. I had a lot of fun traveling. And it's been fun to just be on vacation a little bit this summer instead of being at work. And I went and saw my daughter in New York and got trapped there for an extra week, but it ended up being pretty fun. I love going to New York, and I love seeing my youngest daughter, so that was really, really fun. I did miss an extra week of work though. And then I was leaving on another vacation, so it was a little bit hard. I'm filming outside right now because the kitchen is close to my tarot office, and if people are working in the kitchen or cooking or anything, then it is pretty noisy for filming. So it might be noisy outside too, but I already got set up out here. I think I hear sirens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I may switch to top down, but it's pretty bright right now, so I'm just gonna start with showing you these cards. And I probably won't use all of these this month, but I just thought it would be fun to go through them and see which ones I did want to use. So that, I'm not showing you all the cards, but I just wanted you to get a sense for the deck. So this is the Tarot of Northern Shadows. And it is a pretty fun deck, but it does really help if you know the stories, because it doesn't tell who the characters are in the guidebook. So if you don't know the Norwegian stories, you might have a hard time figuring that one out. And the next one I'm going to show you is called the Norse Tarot, and it is by Clive Barrett. You've probably heard of him and seen his decks. It does come with a good guidebook. I don't have it out here right now, but I'm probably going to use this one in the first week. So I'll show you some of those cards. This is a really pretty deck, as his decks are. I think this one is still available. It went out of print for a while, and then he reprinted it. I will try and link everything down below. His Egyptian one also came back into print. And I think, I don't know, that was maybe a year ago or something, or maybe even less time than that. So I think I'm pretty sure it's still available right now. And there's old versions of this floating around. The old version is the same as the new version, though. I think this is a really pretty deck. And this one isn't as wintry as some of the other Norwegian decks. The High Priestess is really pretty. So that is the Norse Tarot. And next one is a mass market deck called the Runic Tarot. And I'm sure you've seen this one. It's been very popular, and that's the book for it. It's a Llewellyn. But this is a beautiful deck and has runes on it. Different parts have different types of runes. It doesn't explain it super well in the guidebook, but the guidebook is pretty decent on this one. It's the same artist and writer as Heaven and Earth, I think. And what a gorgeous deck. I think out of all of my Nordic decks, this is the most beautiful. And probably the best price. The strength is gorgeous. The Hermit. One of my favorite Wheel of Fortunes ever. It's just a really incredibly beautiful deck. I might save this one for the last week of monthly medicine. And I'll link Dawn Michelle's group. I guess it's through YouTube, monthly medicine. It's not, I found it through Facebook, or sometimes we have posts in Facebook. We post in Facebook. You sign up for the monthly medicine through YouTube, though. It's very fun practice. And I do it every month. Even if I'm traveling, I just make sure that I bring decks with me to match our theme. And I try and pick out my decks ahead. I've been kind of not so good about picking my decks this month because I was gone. I threw a bunch of my Nordic decks in a basket before I left. And then I brought some with me, but I didn't have time while I was up there to film, so. Okay, so that is the Runic Tarot, which is a beautiful mass market tarot deck, and this is in print. And then I'll show you another mass market one. The cardstock on this deck is good. It's typical Llewellyn cardstock. And it shuffles amazing, as they do. This one shuffles well. It's kind of plasticky cardstock. It's called the Magical Nordic Tarot. And it has a little guidebook you see in there. Pull it out. Sometimes it's hard to get this back in there, so I don't usually pull it out. And this is a pip deck. It's pretty though. It's very wintry feeling. Like northern Norway feeling. And it has titles on the cards. But fun to use and really beautiful too. I used to not like the cardstock, but I've gotten used to it and it's fine. It shuffles well. That's the main thing for me. I love the High Priestess. And the Page of Cups, beautiful. And look at how cool this Wheel of Fortune is. Beautiful World card. Two of Swords. Justice. It'll probably get dark out here. Charity, because it's after work. I went to work today and I just am now filming when I got home. There's a lot of kind of unscenic pips, which I can totally enjoy at times. I love pip decks. And sometimes I like the more scenic ones, and sometimes I like them to just be kind of plain. Depending on my mood and what I'm doing. Cool strength card. The Emperor. Okay, so that is the Magical Nordic Tarot. Mass market. I started to edge it, but I didn't finish yet. That was probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I must have got distracted. Oh well, it's a pretty color. Now I've forgotten what color I was using though. That happens sometimes. Usually I keep them out, but I must put it away for some reason. Okay, next one is a Kickstarter I backed called Odin's Playbook. Comes with a little guidebook. And it also comes with, oops, a little card about runes. And I think this is a really beautiful deck too. Love the art on this. It is a more masculine deck. And I think it's fun to have some balance in my deck collection. If it gets dark, I might have to finish filming the video tomorrow. It is a hot day here today. It's finally cooled down a little bit. It can get so hot out here. I think this one is available, but sometimes some of the Kickstarters are not available after, but I kind of think this one is. I haven't had that long, maybe less than a year, I think. I used this one a lot last year. I have had a lot of fun with it, and it has beautiful cardstock. And I think it came edged in the start. Well, I could have edged that, I'm not sure. Maybe I edged, I can't remember. I thought it came edged. Could be wrong though. I might have done it. This deck has been a great reader for me. It's amazing how many Nordic decks are out there. And they're all totally different. Go their own way. But when I was looking through them, I was surprised how many I had. Didn't realize I had so many. I'm Norwegian, or half Norwegian, so I guess that makes sense. Love that card. All right, that is Odin's Playbook. And I would like to try and use that one too. I probably have too many to use this month. This one came in a 10. It's called The Lay of 9 Worlds. And this one has gold edges, and they're that really soft kind of just easy to use gilding, because some of the gilding is sharp. This is a nice soft gilding. And this deck I haven't had very long. This is a newer deck for me, so I'm not as familiar with this one. I'm trying to see who this one's by. You know what? It doesn't say. That's weird. Okay, does not say on it. My daughter's here visiting right now. And so even when I am home, I love this card. I have been just out at the pool and things, seeing my grandkids and my kids. 2 of my kids live here in town, and then my daughter, youngest one, lives in New York, and my son still lives in Hawaii. So we kind of travel around quite a bit to see the kids. But right now, 3 of my 4 kids are in town, so it's nice. It's sweet. And all my grandkids. So I'm having a lot of fun. It's a fun summer. And work is crazy as always, and busy. But when I can, I'm hanging out and doing fun things. I had never seen this on anybody's channel. And I found it, I think, on Etsy or something. I'll try and link it below. It's available because I haven't had it very long. It was available not very long ago. But then the last month, because when I heard we were doing the Nordic theme, I got the deck. So this is the only thing I've bought for this monthly medicine Nordic theme challenge. But I thought, oh gosh, this one, it looked cool online. It's pretty cool. I like it. So that is the Lay of 9 Worlds. And I don't know anything about this deck, so we'll see. I'm going to play with it this month. It'll be fun. I'm excited to use it. Okay, I think I'm going to show you some Oracle decks. And this was a Kickstarter I backed, and it's called Fateful Signs Oracle deck. And here's the guidebook. And this, I think this is a cool deck. I have a mat with Yggdrasil on it, and so that was part of my Kickstarter package. And this is really pretty, I think. It's different, but pretty cool. It's got a lot of fire energy in it. So good for summer. And there's no keywords, so you do have to use the guidebook on this one. I mean, unless you kind of know the stories, and you do get used to it. There's not a ton of cards, so you do get to know it once you've used it a bit. I love the art in this deck, and the colors are brilliant. A wintry one. And I think this one is still available too. But it was a Kickstarter. I mean, I probably got it within the last year. Maybe even the last 6 months. Time always feels so different to me now since COVID, because my sense of time just changed. It's definitely a post-COVID deck. And this is what's on the box. And that's all of them. So I plan on using this for sure. And next I'll show you, this is one I haven't used very much. I haven't had it that long. This is Odin and the Nine Realms. And it's bright, and I didn't realize when I bought it how bright it was going to be, but you know what? Sometimes that can be fun. And it's different than other things, so. And this is just the names of the gods and goddesses. And you got to use the guidebook. And that is not everybody's favorite. And the art is kind of different. But cool in its own way. This is a mass market deck. And I think I must have pre-ordered it a long time ago because I don't even remember. And then it just showed up one day. And I was going to use it for something, and then it was kind of bright, and I was like, I'll use it another time. And then I just haven't gotten around to really using it. But it's also not very old. And then they'll have like the Norns and the Vulva and things like that too. Yggdrasil. The Bifrost. And so they'll have places. Midgard. Still no keywords though, so you just gotta use the guidebook every time. And then they have runes in this deck. And the rune cards are really pretty. It's kind of a combo of things. Okay, I'm not going to go through the rest of them, but you get the idea of what this deck is like. And that's Odin and the Nine Realms by Sonia Grace. All right, next I'll show you the Yggdrasil cards. This is a black and white deck. I've had this one probably a couple years now. I use this a fair amount when I first got it, and I use it occasionally off and on nowadays. I like it. I like the black and white. And it is kind of light. So it's more of a gray tone. And there are some cards that are darker, but it goes well with almost everything. Because that gray just works. And this does have some keywords on it, so you don't have to use the guidebook with this. If you don't want to. The guidebook is kind of cool in that it tells you kind of the story behind what's going on in the card, though. And so it's kind of fun that way. You get a lot more information, but again, you could totally just use this without, because it's got pretty good keywords on it. And then, you know, there's some gods you'll know, like Thor, and then there's lesser known people, and it's divided up, like Midgard is the humans, and then there's the gods, and so it's divided in different ways, and I just mix all the cards together. But you could divide it out that way and pick whatever resonates, you know, out of that section if you want. I can't remember how many sections, but there's Asgard, the world of gods. There's Jotunheim, the world of giants. And I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure. Alfheim, the world of light elves. The world of ice. Midgard, the world of humans, as everybody I'm sure knows. The world of dwarves. The world of dark elves. The world of fire. The world of the dead. And that's it. But it is kind of cool because of the way it divides everything up, and then there's quite a few cards in each section. So it kind of teaches you quite a bit about the myths and stories. So definitely a deck worth getting, in my opinion. Love this card. I think I have to go because it's dinner time. So I will be back. Bye. Hi again. I'm back with some more Nordic decks, and it's I'm trying to film a little bit before I go to work because we're going to a concert tonight, so I don't have any time this evening. The next deck I was going to show you is the Viking Oracle, and this one is by Stacy DeMarco. It is a mass market deck, and this one has, these are the backs, and then It has borders with different colors around it. Oh, and I was going to show you, I edged it in pastel colors last year that match the borders of the cards. This is a very pretty deck. And readily available, easy to get. It has runes in it too. And another one that you kind of have to use the guidebook on. And I mean, the runes you probably know. Or if you don't know, you can look them up. But if you don't know who some of the people are, people and gods and things, then the guidebook is helpful. And the borders are all different colors. They're all pastel-y. And this one I'm planning to use this month. So those are just some of the cards. I'm not going to show them all, but you can get this pretty much anywhere. It is a Blue Angel deck. And it came out in 2016, I think. 2016. Okay. Next one is, this is kind of a handmade. It's by Akira Zosa, and it comes with this little sheet that explains everything. This is a handmade deck. I think I got it several years ago, maybe from Australia, I think. And I think this is more available than it used to be. I think she sells it on her Instagram. I think she used to use Australian eBay a lot. And now I think you can just email her or DM her on Instagram. This is a fun deck, and it's got these backs that, you can put out in a pattern. And the cards are thin, but they shuffle well. I just think it's a pretty deck. I like her art a lot. I have several of her decks. There's an ocean one. There's a couple oracles. There's the Norse one like this, and there's a plant deck, which is really good too. And these are the older versions. So I think the newer version of the plant deck, she made it a lot brighter. But you don't know what the new version of this looks like. It's got a lot of blues and greens. All right, that is the Norse Oracle by Akira Zosa, and this one was from the 2014, and I think there's like a 2022 version that's available now. It might be on better cardstock. I like the cardstock for this, it's just thin. And then next, the Oracle of Freya. I've had this for a long time, but I think I might have seen this go up on Kickstarter. I think I did. but I already had it. And I think the Kickstarter, she's doing it to maybe do different cardstock. This one is from 2020. And then this is, it's got gold gilding, and it's kind of semi-glossy, not super glossy, and the cardstock is thin, but it's totally fine. I like this deck. I am going to definitely use this one. It's kind of bright out here. But everybody's asleep inside, and I didn't want to wake people up, and there's people upstairs and downstairs sleeping, so just thought I'll come out here, make a video, hopefully finish. I don't know if I'll finish it today. So that is the Oracle of Freya, Journey of the Vulva by Bella Seal. I'm probably saying her name wrong. The Bella part I think I got right. I'm not sure about the last name. Let me just show you so you see. And this might be on Kickstarter right now. I'm not sure. Or it might have been one of her other decks, but I thought I saw something by her on Kickstarter. Okay, I'm going to show you the Beowulf. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one. I love the Beowulf story. We read it. This is a John Matthews guidebook. And, illustrated by Joe Machine. And this is a much more masculine deck. Oracle. There's not a lot of cards in this deck. I think there's 32 or something. It is a little bit intense. You know, I don't use this one very much. And I haven't. For some reason I kept it. I'm not sure. I kept thinking I'd work with it. I mean, I might. But I have not used it a whole lot. At this point in time. I'll just show you all the cards because there's not that many. I kind of like the black and white ones the most. And that's it. So that's the Beowulf Oracle. And so good to know there's not a whole lot of cards. What am I going to show you? I think I'll show you, this is a rune deck. It's the Telluric runes. And this, I think, is out of print. You can pick it up on Facebook Marketplace sometimes. So I'll just show you some of these. This is very pretty because it has not only the runes, but it also has a plant and a crystal. And they all kind of work together. There's also a tarot deck. I don't think I've shown that, but there's a tarot deck by the same creator that's also very beautiful. You do need the guidebook unless you know like all three things. but the guidebook's small and easy to use. I don't know if I have it out here. I don't think I do. If you just saw the deck without the guidebook, I probably wouldn't get it, because they came as a set. All right, so that's the telluric runes, and I probably will use these. So I have some rune cards, and then I have some runes. That's one of the cards. Here's some of the runes. These are beautiful. They have flowers in them, and they're clear. I don't know if these are upside down or what, because it's hard for me to see out here because it's so bright. But I'm just showing you a few of those. And those, I think I got them on eBay a while ago. They're really pretty. I have some that are made out of old plates. If I have time, I'll show you those. Oh, and then I have some from Jamie Sawyer. And they're in a Moonlit Fae bag. And these are cool. They're tiles. And they're different colors. So those are fun. So they're like that. And then I have a French Oracle de Rune deck, which is really pretty. Oh, here's the box. And French is the only language I can read besides English. I do have a couple Spanish decks, and I've forgotten most of my Spanish. It'd be good for me to take another class. These are really pretty, I like these. Okay. And then I'll show you another deck called Runes for Modern Life. And I think this is just available mass market deck. I've had it for a while. I haven't used it in a while. But I did use it a lot when I first got it. So these are really bright and colorful. And that's the backs. Okay, that's just some of those. And then I'll show you the Power of the Runes deck. I still have more tarot. Boy, I may just post this because I won't be able to make another video tonight. I'll make another part. So this is just a mass market deck. I think this was mass market. I don't remember. Yeah, it's US Games. These are the backs. And these are just really pretty, I think. And also just really bizarre. In a good way. They're intense. This one's a trippy. I love this one. But I think this is a really fun deck. I really like it. And it's still available, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Anyway, power of the runes. Okay, I think for now I'm going to stop. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this or I will show you some more. But I think I need to be done because I need to go to work. Okay, bye.